Hello, 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 and welcome. Today, my name is Lissa, and today we're doing something a little different. Normally on Saturdays, I would have my lovely boyfriend Dayton here with me, but today I figured we could do something different. We're going to be playing a game called What Remains of Edith Finch. We will be playing it in its entirety. It's only about 2.5 hours long. Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. It's a really cool game, and I just wanted to play it and share it with you guys. So, here we go. Maybe. Here we go. There it is. What Remains of Edith Finch? the game is really about the story, and it's about a family and its curse, I guess, is the best non-spoilery way to do it. The entire game is generally a spoiler, so. Ooh, neat. Yeah, I really enjoyed this game. First time I played it was with Dayton. We went through it together and it was awesome. I loved it, so I figured I would share it with you all. What do I do? Oh, haha. That's the one.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house. I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms. Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
There's it's supposed to be a comet tonight, but it might be too cloudy to see it. That's awesome. I hope that it's not too cloudy to see it. I love comets. That'd be really cool.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Such a beautiful property. Yeah, it's raining here, so no comment.
My mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
And we have
Maybe
said
she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
So we have a low road or a high road. Which should we take? Low road or high road? Left or right? This way or this way? Hi, gotcha. Can and will do. This game is really pretty. The settings in it are gorgeous.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
So pretty. Oh! Wow. A deer.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Basketball hoop. Wood, old truck. Can't see, so we're not going in the old truck, I guess.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
So beautiful. Milton. It's a missing sign for Milton.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
All of these missing child signs for Milton.
I asked Edie once about the dragon in the pond.
Oh, thank
She
you
said
for
it
the
had
bit,
killed her
Dad.
husband. I
Killed
was
her
6.
husband.
It seemed like an odd joke to me, even then.
Oh. Thank you for the bit. Yes, oh dear. Oh dear.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Let's try
I hoped the key might unlock
key
the
in
front,
the front door.
It didn't.
Well,
Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
wow. Looks like there's nothing else to do here on the porch. Soil and pots for some plants. Basement windows. Garage.
The house felt like it had always been here. Even the swing set was older than my mother.
Wow. This is a gorgeous property. Hey, Kayla, what's up? Your connection's really glitchy tonight, Mom? I'm sorry. I hope it gets better. Let's crawl on the cat door. Dog door?
Crawling through the
Probably
doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Bike, car. Items. Stuff and things. Oh.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
Oh. This is a high-tech choose your own adventure book. It really is. It's
For the first time
really
in
meant to be
years.
like that. I want to look at this real quick. Edie, Dawn, Lewis, Milton, Edith. January 2010.
I felt like I was home.
Books everywhere. We have a crawly baby now. Oh, I'm glad. Those are my favorite kind of games, honestly. It's really cool. Kaylee, you're gonna have to send me
But
more
instead
pictures
of
and
a family,
videos of
They
her.
were just memories of one.
I love her so much. Dawn, Edith, Edie, and Lewis. In loving memory, Lewis Finch. Beloved brother to Edith, son of Dawn, great grandson to Edie. Memorial service for Lewis.
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Aw. Oh. Recipes put inside the book.
Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house. So we had Chinese a lot.
Huh. Only one restaurant. Well, it looks like it's kind of out of the way. Let's look into this dining room. So many
The table
books.
was still a wreck from the night we left.
Yay, crawling baby.
It was like a bomb had
Yeah.
gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Plates from the Chinese food. China on the cabinet.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
I have a coworker named Molly and she has a cat. How weird. Oh, dang. Dang. Just like stuff everywhere. Oh, near the garage.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
That's understandable, yeah. Everything's sitting on books. Just piles and piles of books. Oh, that's my kind of chair to sit by. So much yarn. I could do so much knitting. So much knitting.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Can't go in the basement.
Great Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
So pretty. Barbara. So many books. Just books everywhere.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive. A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night. Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Huh. How interesting. But it's all sealed up, you can't go in. So, looks like we've gone through everything downstairs. Let's head upstairs. My kind of house. I mean, yeah,
After
Carlos,
Milton
I could see you living here.
Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Got broken at one point. Doesn't say anything. Here, let's go over here first. 1937 and 1947. She was only 10. But this is Molly's room.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
And that's her room. Let's look over here. Sven and Edie. Edie was 1917 and 2010. Sven Hofstad Finch is 1915 and 1964. Let's just move into a giant house in the woods. Yeah, we should. We totally should. That'd be very fun.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Beautiful. Gregory, 1976 to 1977. He was only a year old.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
His is a bathroom. Calvin and Sam. Calvin, 1950 to 1961. He was 11.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
That's just crazy. House in the woods would be heaven. It totally would, honestly. Okay, let's continue. This one isn't sealed.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
It's so gorgeous. House. Kayla, thank you so much for the subscription. Thank you so much. That's very much appreciated. Thank you.
Louis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
That key opens that lock. And the lock is on the
My mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Now here we go. Beautiful stained glass window.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
That is really cool. This house is gorgeous.
I had no idea what was behind that door.
Let's talk to the landlord about letting us paint our rooms.
This was gonna lead.
Please. Orca Island calves. So this is in Molly's room.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Wow. That's adorable. All the princess vibes in that room. Oh yeah. It's super cute.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
That's understandable, yeah. Can I open the door? I cannot open the door. So, in this game, you really just have to explore to uncover more bits of the story for each character. I think that we have exhausted Molly, so let's go look at her.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here.
Morgan.
Before my mom sealed the doors.
She had cat ears.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Looks like the first one is over here.
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Darn.
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Gerbil food was dry. She didn't mind it though. I think it's that.
I kept eating and eating.
Kept eating and eating. Girl ate toothpaste.
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
Wait, no, I gotta get this.
I ate a lot of things that night.
That is holly berries, I believe, which are poisonous.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Good. Don't eat your pet. Wouldn't be good. No, didn't.
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
I'm a cat.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
He didn't even look at me. And I'm a cat. Okay. Oh. Okay.
I jumped and I almost got her.
Mine's up. How do I get up? Haha. Looks good.
I could tell she was getting really tired.
Could tell she was getting tired.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
That's all I cared about. I'm a cat.
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl.
I was an owl.
All I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Okay. Oh.
Rabbits.
Well. Okay, cool. Got the rabbit. I was about to say my aim is
I
bad.
imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed
Talons.
him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find
Now I don't gotta. Flew off. Find something bigger. 'Cause I'm an owl.
a mama rabbit.
Woohoo. Got her.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
I'm a shark now. Well. Gotta flop my way into the ocean real quick.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Oh.
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Seal.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Really good. Hello.
Grabbed on tight,
Tight.
but I was so hungry.
Land shark. Land
jumped out
shark.
of the water. When I
So
opened
hungry,
my
jumped
eyes,
out of the water.
everything had changed.
Really? Everything?
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
I'm a monster, thanks. I like being a sea
I was
monster, actually.
big, but I moved real quiet.
Yum. People. Man, I sure do love eating people. Eating humans.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
But also I didn't. Yum. Delicious. Finally, some decent food.
passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
So swam towards it.
I
What is
slithered
it?
onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Oh, an old pipe. Carlos, this 100% is you. Just like, I will eat anything in sight, thank you. Oh my gosh. I'm back in my room. I'm back in my room.
All of my stomach started growling.
All of them.
And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Well, Go got eaten to death by a sea monster. Which is, like, the best and worst way to go. Honestly. Like, let's be honest. Let's be real. It's, like, both a good and a bad way to go.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Yeah. Edith. So this is the Finches. You see Edith up there? That's me. I'm Edith. And every time we get a Finch's story, then they get put in the book. So we got Molly. Awesome. Oh. There was a cat. There was a cat right outside Molly's room.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
That is pretty cute. They adopted a cat and her mom was the one that named it Molly.
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
She also did little shrines for each one of her birds. Oh, and a snake. Birds and snakes. Owl.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Wow.
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
Wow. Like, this family is so interesting. Molly, Barbara, Calvin and Sam, Walter, Dawn, Gus, Gregory, Louis, Milton, Edith.
Her room was like a museum.
I don't want to get to Odin yet. Oh, she was making Lewis's doily. Built 1937, Sven Finch.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Oh my gosh. Mole man and... Sup, Ethan? Shrine sketches. Oh, dang.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Wow. Edith Jr. What a name to give your
When Edie
child.
told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Of course. Why would you tell anybody that or why wouldn't you tell people that your husband was killed by a dragon?
Even in their 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
I feel like that's the way to the next room. So we're not going to go there yet, and we're going to do Odin's story. 1880 to 1937. The Mysteries of Death and Thereafter by Odin Finch. What a thing. What a man. What a guy.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune.
Oh, that's not the right thing. Oh.
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
And his house. My guy took his house with
40-foot
him.
waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Orcas Island.
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Oh, thank you for the
Whatever's
bits,
wrong with his
Ethan. That's
family, it
very
goes back a long
appreciated.
ways.
Whatever's wrong with this family goes back. So we got Odin, who's married to Ingeborg. So we kind of got her story through that, I believe, is the way that it works. Cool. I think that's the way the little leaves work. Cool. Let's continue on. Unless there's anything else to look at. Looks like no. Let's continue on. Oh, paper shark. I didn't notice that. I've never noticed that before. Paper shark. And here we are.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Pink bathroom.
It was a pretty big trace.
Key? There's nothing else to look at? There's a Secret in the Bathroom by Sven and Edith Finch. In this bathroom, sorry.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Huh. That's so clever to do.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Huh. Is there not more there? I guess that's it. Okay. Sure. Really? Really nothing else? Okay. Really? Nothing that I need to look at, take note of? How interesting that he put a dark room in the wall. Milton and his drawings. And here is one of my favorite rooms in the house, in the game. It is Calvin and Sam's room. Sam and Calvin. That's
I knew
crazy.
Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
First, I want to look on Sam's side of the room, see if there's anything that I'm missing here. Honestly, would love a room like this. This is super dope. Fort Calvin. Oh, that's how you get to the next part. Never mind. I'm not doing that yet. Can you tell what Calvin
I guess
liked?
my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Let's get Calvin's story.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
How was it?
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't.
We gotta swing in this one.
I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Captain! Dinner's ready!
Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Thank you for the 100 bits, Mom. Thank you so much.
Captain! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt.
Thank you for the bits, Ethan.
I
How
think he'd
nice.
already
Thank
made
you
up his
guys so
mind.
much.
That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Thank you so much for all of the bits. So nice. Thank you. Thank you. Going around. We're doing it. We're
Today
just
he
going
made up his
around.
mind to fly. And he did.
Thank you for the bits, Ethan. Thank you so much. That's very appreciated. Thank you.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember
Thank
trying to do
you.
the exact same thing.
Calvin. Calvin's story is, I really enjoy Calvin. I really like his whole thing.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Oh, Earl B&D, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate it. Thank you. I feel love in this Chili's tonight, you guys. Thank you so much. These hidden passages are like the coolest thing. It's so dope. I just want this house. I just really
The
want this house.
passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Here is a way to get out. Oh, did we even come back here? Oh my gosh, we didn't even
Edie's
come
father
back
Odin
here.
built the original house.
Oh, Ethan, thank you so much for the subscribe. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate it. Thank you.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Barbara Finch.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Okay, so we can't get up that way. Well, it's fine. Let's take a peek into Barbara's room real quick. Just since we didn't get to...
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
I really like Barbara's story. I think Barbara's got one of my favorites in this game. One of my favorite stories. What's up, Milton?
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
That's pretty cool, though, not gonna lie. Swan Lake. Can you imagine having your room done with a Hollywood sign with your name on it? I could never. Okay. Penelope's. Okay, that's her story. That's really... all her stuff is really cool. Happy
I
birthday.
never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Yeah, that's understandable. So many books. Her room is super cool. I like the whole thing she's got going on here. It's real nice. Barbara. Let's read Barbara's story.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
It's because it's the most dramatic.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been.
Has-been at
But in a
16.
lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Oh no.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas
Hoodlums?
Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue.
Ooh.
She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Halloween music, so you know it's about to be good. Oh my gosh.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
least I have a weapon now. That's not
leader
weird.
is the
Like,
infamous Hookman killer, Dr.
Ugh.
Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
oh, great. Get out the way. Well, nothing this way, so looks like it's gotta be that way. Huh. Looks like that.
It's rattled, and you still.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept
I mean,
us
yeah.
something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still
not giving it to you.
holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up. But if
Oh,
this
no.
is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Not a cool thing to like threaten when your family has a known history of like weird deaths. Just saying. Just saying. Oh no, a roller skate. Oh no, not a roller skate. Walter.
Walter, are you there? Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Oh no.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara.
Darkest Gaming
there's gotta
PR,
be
thank
another
you
way
so
out
much
of
for a
here.
follow. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate it. Okay. Oh, and we know there's another way out of here because the tunnels exist.
That night, she played her part beautifully. Molly
Molly's room.
hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
That's why.
He wasn't
That's why the upstairs is broken.
But she sensed
That's it.
the story might not be over yet.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, and he's gone. Great.
Had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
The front door. Oh no.
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true.
Oh.
Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life.
Wow. Wow.
I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time.
Oh my gosh.
He took it all pretty hard. But that's another story.
That's a different story.
As for Barbara,
This is not this story.
tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear.
Oh.
Now that's what I call a real
That's weird.
eerie tale.
That was a bad joke. That was a bad joke. Congratulations.
Edie told
But-
me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
How sweet. But now we know where the key to the basement is. So that's cool. Yes. Awesome. Let's go. Barbara has a cool story, I think. Now to get back in and
I guess now I know why Mom
exit.
didn't like me playing with the music box.
Guess now I know why she didn't like it. Okay. Oh, we're loading. We're saving. Loading. Same diff. Well, we know where the music box is and we know how to get to the basement now, so let's do that. And there's the key. Is there anything back here that we can look at? No? Okay, well, let's head down. Billiard table, like we saw. Washer, dryer, all that nice junk.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot. I saw
funny.
Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Let's go ahead and grab Sven's story, huh? If it's right here. Is it not right here? I thought it was right here. Never mind. I'm a liar. And I apologize that you had to go through that emotional turmoil. Never meant to hurt anyone. It's my bad. I can't see anything. I need a flashlight. I
I
should
thought
have brought
maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Well, not a fridge.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Whole, like, this setup down here. Walter. Model train set. Let's get Walter's story. 1952 to 2005.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
30 years.
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow.
January 1976.
But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
Gotta rack out a little bit, sorry.
And then one day, everything just
2005.
stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it
Yummy
got
eternal
tired
canned
of
peaches.
waiting.
Delicious.
Or maybe
Finally,
I
some
just
decent
got
food.
tired of being afraid.
Yum. I wish I could also
It's been
swallow
a week
Peaches
now,
whole.
the longest in 30 years.
I wish
I'm
I
done
too could
waiting.
swallow Peaches whole.
I
Done
have to
waiting.
leave. Well, I still can.
While I still can. There's more. There's more tunnel. Eternal peaches. Eternal canned peaches. Also, still with all of the books, this family just really likes
I
to
know it's out there
read, don't
somewhere.
they? Albino's cereal.
Whatever killed Barbara
Whatever killed Barbara.
and Molly
And Molly. Oh my gosh, what is this?
and Calvin.
So just like a waste section? Composty? I don't know, but I got
Maybe
this wall
this
of
is all a mistake.
all a mistake, obviously.
But I need to stop living the same day. Even if it kills me.
Even if it kills me.
Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it.
I'm ready for it.
I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food.
It's got it.
I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Gets to freedom and immediately gets hit by a train. What a poor guy.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Nope. How crazy is that? Your great uncle died
sure
when
my
you were
mom was
6
trying to
and
protect
you never
me.
knew that he was even alive.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house,
Sorry, I didn't.
I can only
look at
imagine
that.
what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. trying to bury something that's still alive.
Okay.
Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two,
Maybe
I
two.
thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Wow. Walter's Shrine. How nutso.
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
Chair in the tree.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family.
Imagine having a beach in your backyard.
And the history you're a part of.
Okay. I think... Do we actually have to get out there? A thing over there. No, it's not here. Okay. So that light in the distance, it is really depressing, but it's also like an interesting take on it all.
To be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
I think it's an interesting take on it all.
I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
So that light out there in the distance is the house, the shipwrecked house, that Edith, that Edith's dad brought over. It's just stayed there the whole time.
Look at the house. Had that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness.
It's a real place. Thank you so much for the
It
follow.
seems possible.
Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. They have such a lovely, like, gorgeous property. I want it. I want to live
We've been
here.
surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Like, she's got some real interesting
It's
takes on the
embarrassing
family
for me to
history.
admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the
Okay.
gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Oh. Lucy, Daisy, Charlie, Tucker, Coco, Zoe, Zerpy, Lurpy, Furpy, Chirpy, Burpy, Derpy, and Derpy Jr. Christopher, Bob, Shadow. Oh, Christopher, the fish. Bob, Shadow, Oliver, Shotzi, Bailey. Something.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Which is gorgeous. Molly's little memorial. Rip Lucy, Rip Lucy. Calvin's. I really enjoy Calvin's little rocket ship. Sven and Edie. Hubnit. Walter. Oh, there's a person in that. That's really cool. Barbara. It's our Hollywood star.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
it is.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
How crazy, right? Well, guess we're not going down there.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Gregory, Sam, and Gus. I think those ones are going to be our next set.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
Yeah. Is this a horror game? Not technically. It's got horror elements. It really builds off of the style of a horror game, but it's more of just a playable interactive story about a family's potential curse of
There's
death.
so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
Guess we're going in the treehouse. Sky deck?
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
I mean, that's understandable. Whew. How you made it up there, I will not know, ma'am. But here we go. Let's continue on.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Here, that's
Sam spent his
Sam's
life
thing.
shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Okay, that's gonna be probably the next place to go through. Let's go ahead and look at Sam's memorial.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
What? Am I gonna have to shoot me?
Perfect.
Oh, didn't mean to
It's
cut her
gonna
off.
rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit.
Odin
Okay,
Finch
got it.
National Park.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are. Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Still freezing though. Aw.
Nothing quite like being outside.
What do I have to photograph here?
Oop. A little more gas in the tank, I guess.
Still while I take a picture of you.
Out
Hey!
of focus.
That's a keeper.
beautiful.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
20 years.
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire.
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn.
Is that the picture? That's the picture.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Okay, where's Dawn at? There she is.
Dad,
Oh, I didn't let him finish. I apologize.
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong.
Wow.
Great shot, Dawn!
Wow.
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Oh,
Dad,
Caramel Waffle, thank you so much for the follow.
It's totally normal.
Thank you so much. Very much
Just focus on the
appreciated.
camera. Try not to think about
Dad!
Oh. Oh no.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Wow. That was a crazy one. It was real sweet up until it was real not.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Huh, I don't remember where this... Oh, this must be on the locked floor. All of Kay's things. Okay, so the next place should probably be here, I feel like. Oh, right there. Right next to it, huh? Okay. Let's continue.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Mm-hmm. And here we get the brothers. Not Edith's brothers, but the other ones. Stuff. Things. Items. Gregory
I can't imagine my
and
mom
Gus.
ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus. First, we're gonna look at Gregory's, I think. Just because he's over here. It's
Dear
divorce
Kay,
papers.
do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
Gregory, it's time to...
Hold on, sweetie.
Okay. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now. Oh.
I wonder what he saw.
Okay, this is a little, I can't really tell where these bubbles are. My spatial reasoning is a little off with that. So I have no clue if I'm like... Okay.
I know how silly it sounds. But I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it.
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw. There's so much I don't understand about Gregory. About everything.
Gotta go play.
But I know what happened wasn't your fault.
Gotta go play. Yeah.
I'm sure he's happy.
That one's one of the crazier ones. That one's one of the crazier ones.
Love, Sam.
And the fact that it's from divorce papers. Yeah. F. For real. And that was Gregory's story. And now let's go over and get Gus's story. Poem for Gus.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea.
Always said the wedding was a bad idea.
Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Huh. We don't need a stepmom. Where's the next set of words? There they are.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come
here.
But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Said, I don't care about you or your wife, Dad.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Went inside that tent.
The rain came down in buckets.
Get all that
no one
jazz.
seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
Nobody thought about that? Nobody thought that a tent might not be good for a storm?
The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. All my father said to this was, make the music louder.
Not the best plan, my guy. D1S veteran, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it very much.
Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam.
Who?
But I didn't. Until we found you.
And that's the poem about Gus. Gus was a little punk kid.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
How interesting. Her family is just so interesting. They're super cool. And... oh. Huh. A climbing wall.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
No, I totally get that. Expecting the totem pole to fall on him. Yeah, I can totally see that.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
As far away as she could get. I love this little, like, area that her mom has.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
And a fireman's pole to slide down it? Like, what the heck, yo? Like, that's crazy. I love this.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
She's got all of those. Look at that computer. Look at that relic, that monument to technology.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later.
I really like these next few.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Louis? Milton?
And to see kids in the house again.
Milton's just a castle. And Edith. How cute. How adorable. Mint, thyme, sage, basil, all pretty much dead. Well, everything's dead now, but...
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
And here we go.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Edith. Louis rules. I like that they have a classroom. Our family history, fact or fiction. Books, so many books.
But it didn't last.
Odin Finch, The Curse. To teach and learn. By Dawn Finch. Oh, she upgraded. Got a nice looking laptop. Okay.
beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
I love Milton's whole area and his little, like, guy. He also doesn't have a death date because he just
After
disappeared.
Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Milton's stuff is really cool. I know that's how we get in, but was there anything? I think there was something over here, but I don't remember. Nope, nothing. Cool. Great. Just did all that for nothing. Awesome. Let's get in there. Let's look at Milton's room. Milton's room is super cool. There's a door. He's got footsteps. There's his bed. Little town.
I think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family.
It's all gorgeous. That's his little avatar that he made for himself. Milton's whole thing. Milton Finch
in the magic paintbrush.
How pretty. How beautiful. And he painted his door, and he left. And that's it. That's all we get of Milton's story. Is that he painted his door.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
I like Milton's thing. Milton's is the most intriguing of all of them. Because his is the most, like,
Mom
he disappeared.
For my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
He disappeared, and then he, like, it's implied that it's because of
Whatever
magic.
Milton found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Let's head upstairs.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
And here's Louis's room.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Louis's room. Except Louis.
Oh. We got an achievement. I looked into all the peepholes and telescopes long enough to hear Edith's commentary. What up? Oh, I can't go up that way. That's fine. Let's go this way. Go out onto the boat. Which, that is cool, by the way. The bow of a boat with just a light and some chairs, some hammock chairs. Like, what a cool idea. What an interesting idea. The additions onto their house look precarious, but so dope.
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
No, I didn't want to leave. That entire house looks like an OSHA violation. Very correct. Like, don't enter this house unless you have a hard hat. He's got himself a whole hookah, and honestly, jealous. I would love that. I want a whole hookah. There's still some weed here, man.
Louis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Had a mini fridge. Like, my guy has the whole setup here.
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch.
I really like Louis's whole setup. Like, I understand it's a stoner room, but, like, my guy got it good. If all these people didn't die the ways they did, I'm sure the house would have done the job. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. My guy sat on a workout ball to do all of his junk. Oh, my guy was a gamer. Look at that. Look at that keyboard. Very psychedelic. It really is. I like the black light as the one source of light in the room. I like the black light posters. My guy's just got it made. And here's Louis's thing.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Louis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Louis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Now we got a canned fish.
He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about.
Oh my gosh.
Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
Oh my gosh. Trying to coordinate this is a little bit difficult.
And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss.
Oh my gosh, this takes a lot of concentration, weirdly enough.
But he said Louis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused.
That's
Like a whole
ADHD,
new
baby.
Louis. So I let him go on.
This is giving me anxiety, right? Right?
I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Oh. Made a new friend.
On the edge of a city named Louis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery.
Oh, talk, man.
But his
Got stuff
chopping
to
was as
do.
reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished.
That is true.
He held an election for mayor. And he won.
Like Mario.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering.
Gotta
It
move on to
became a
bigger and
game.
better things, bro.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on.
We're about to have a choice, so, a couple of choices, so get choices ready.
New Louisville.
Get your choice-making apparatuses
St. Louis.
ready. St. Louis,
He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he
Minneapolis.
forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
Gotta keep going, bro. No. Go around. Okay.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a
Handsome queen or a beautiful prince? Oh, it's gonna make me choose.
handsome queen.
Looks like we're going handsome queen. Well, never mind. Never mind. That's my bad. Let's
The
do
queen
Sinister
was on her
Serpents.
own quest for sinister serpents.
Okay.
He followed the sound of her
Electric sitar, yo. Oh, that was
electric city.
fast. Never seen this game before, but it's pretty cool so far. I really love this game. I think it's absolutely amazing.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
Oh. Something greater than a
Someone
king.
who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
Huh. How wacko.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Well, I can tell which one is Lewis's locker. Dude, you brought a whole, like, Nintendo Switch? Nintendo Switch wasn't even out then, bro. How'd you do it? You got a pipe at work with you?
Began to forget the world we know.
Okay.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Maybe. But here he is.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
There's Lewis the cannery worker.
I still thought I could save him.
Oh.
Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
Look at all these guys. Look at those dudes playing the sousaphone. Look at those dudes playing the cymbals. I love the way they move. Look at that.
Including the wise Calico who had insisted on inviting him.
Wow. On those big dudes with the sousaphone. Okay.
His queen waited, holding his crown.
Hello, ma'am. Thank you for holding my crown.
There was only one thing left to do.
Get crowned king.
Bend down his head. And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Yep. And that's Lewis's story.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
And I think the next one should be Dawn. And then after Dawn is Edie. And this has kind of all been Edith's story too, so. I don't know who's next, Dawn or Edie.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
We're loading real quick. Sorry about that.
I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed.
Gosh.
I understand why we left.
This house is so precarious. That's why you left. You understood that you were in danger.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Wow. Disaster relief. Sanjay Kumar.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
More climbing to do.
But it had to end.
As the Finches are wont to have.
All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Here it is. What would have happened if you chose a different path in the last story? Just the situational stuff would have been different. Instead of a queen, it would have been a prince. Here's
That whole
Edith
last day,
writing her journal.
Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma,
You know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it?
Yeah.
The grown-ups
Nothing
have
too
to
big, but-
argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been
Final
shut
night.
off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Okay. Let's get into the library. See what secrets it has in,
You're afraid
in
of
store.
isn't going to end when you leave the house.
It's a bed.
Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground.
Wow.
There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years.
Wow.
God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I
Tsunami?
lost my way.
Oh no, I lost my way. Ooh, well,
I got turned around.
feel like I should be able to see the light.
I started seeing things.
Oh. That shouldn't be there. Tsunami. I mean, probably. Basically a tsunami. I don't really know what a tsunami is, but, like, probably.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me.
Wow. Wow.
Or maybe I came back to them.
Wow. That's right. There's no memorial to her mom because her mom died after her grandma.
Things I can't
Or great-grandma.
explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car.
Oh.
I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Wow.
After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. she got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone.
The only one left.
The last Finch left alive.
Last one.
Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself.
We're being born.
But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
We're being born.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
And it's us, her kid, placing flowers at her site in the family cemetery on the family property. In that crazy, insane, but gorgeous house. And there it is. That is the game. That is what Remains of Edith Finch. I really enjoyed that game. Like I said, while it is gameplay, it feels very much like a interactive movie. Thank you for the bits, Ethan. Thank you so much. It's a really cool game. It's got a really interesting story. It's so... Everything ends. The achievement. Finish all stories. It's so interesting to see the way it... Just... The way a woman acts when finding out about her family's curse and how that affects them. Like, it's so interesting. It's so cool. I love that game. I think it's beautiful. I think it's absolutely amazing. I love it so much. Oh my gosh. What Remains of Edith Finch is like one of the coolest games I've ever played. Like I said, first time I watched that was with my wonderful boyfriend Dayton, and we played it together, had a great time. Thanks, Johan. Oh, thank you for the bits, Mom. Thank you so much. Very much appreciated. I got an achievement. Thanks, Johan. I don't know what that was for. Anyways, I think this is a really good look at storytelling, a really good look at just the way that we interact with the things around us. Like, I don't know. It's really cool. It's really interesting. I like it a lot. I first played it with Dayton and completely fell in love with it. It's so cool. It's so cool. It's one of those games that, like, every once in a while you just feel like you gotta come back to it and gotta play it again so that you can re-experience that whole story. I just like it a lot. I like it a lot. But yeah, that was What Remains of Edith Finch. We might just try and get through the credits. Looks like there's little things about each member of the family in the credits. Oh, the bird cages. Ah, this is so cool. It's just so cool. It's just so cool. I think there was some like real legit thunder outside. I don't know. Sounds like it. Is this console or PC? It's both. I got it on console. Got the Xbox Games Pass, yeah. So I played this all on Xbox, but it's both. Cool, awesome. So it is real thunder, legit thunder. Awesome. Oklahoma City Thunder. Yeah, please do. It's so fun to play through it by yourself and just like see everything. Yeah, I kind of hope it rains. I want it to cool off a little bit because it is blistering hot. Edith Finch team, the end. How cool. Like, what a nice game. The replay story option is now available. Select Edith to play from the beginning. Oh, that's cool. So you can, like, go through each member of the family and play their different stories. That's really neat. That's really cool. That's really cool. I really enjoyed all of those stories. What was your favorite story? I think mine is either Barbara or Calvin. I really like Barbara's whole Scream Queen thing and the fact that they used the Halloween the fact that the people who did the Halloween thing allowed them to license it for this game. I think that's super cool. I just really like her thing is that she's a washed up Scream Queen and she dies of fright. I think hers is really cool. I think Calvin's is really cool. The astronaut who ended up flying. But yeah, like, let me know what your favorite story was. They've all got some really cool things. Some really cool, like, interesting. Lewis had a really good story. Lewis's story is, like, top notch. It's very nice. Oh. What? Why don't you like me anymore, please? Please? Cool. Milton's story was awesome too. Milton just disappeared in his own drawing. Like, that's so cool. It's so, Sam's story is like really sad, and the way that they like play it out for you is just chef's kiss. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. I like Walter's story too. How he's like, I'm scared. I'm done being scared. Let's go. Let's explore. Let's get out of here. And then train. Odin just dying in the ocean because the man wanted to bring his whole house with him. How nuts. How crazy. I love it. I love it so much. I just really like this game. Okay. Well, that'll be about it for us tonight. Thank you so much for coming by, stopping by, saying hi, interacting, seeing what we got going on up in here. Calvin and Milton had really good stories. They're so awesome. It's such a cool game. That was the reason why I wanted to play it on a nice Saturday night. It's because we could experience all this together. So yeah. With that, I think we will go ahead and end it here for the night. We will be back here, not tomorrow, but on Monday. And I'm kind of hoping to do some horror games. I've been feeling the need for fright in my life. So I've been shopping around for some horror games, looking online, downloading some. So we'll see. We'll see. Barbara's got such a cool story. I love Barbara's story. But yeah, so that's gonna be it for tonight. We'll see you on Monday. Have a fantastic everything. Rest of your day, week, month, year, all of it. Stay awesome. Stay happy. And we'll see you on Monday. Bye, guys.
You